Hey, what's up guys? Double X here with yet another high-level StarCraft 2 play. This is a match between TSL Clide spawning down here as the red Terran. You can't see that it's Clide, but it is because this is Korean. But this is Clide anyways, and up in the top left on Jungle Basin we have the blue Terran spawning, and it's going to be LiquidJinro. LiquidJinro, a very famous top tier Terran player. This is a match on from the Korean server on the SCV Life ladder, and I think we're going to see a real high level play here today. So first off, pretty identical builds because they're both Terran and they're both playing in Korea. There's SCVs and supply depots going up almost at the same time. What is this SCV doing? It's like partying around, waiting to build a barracks. So the barracks is going up almost identically, and Jinro got his 13th SCV up and running a little bit sooner, but I don't think that would matter anyways. And this SCV is probably going out to scout. Yes, he's sending out this. They're both sending out their scouting SCVs exactly at the same time, the 215 mark. So I wonder where their builds are going to separate. Yeah, here. So Clide is going for a second supply depot when his barracks finish, but Jinro is going for a refinery instead, and they're both putting up their orbital commands and their marines. Now Jinro is getting his second supply depot, so Jinro is probably going for a fast tech lab or fast reactor play here. Meanwhile, Clide hasn't even started his gas yet, and Mule going down for both players at the same time. And I think at Jungle Basin, especially in Korean games, in TvT they tend to go fast expansion. So let's see what we got here. What builds they're going. As for now, both are just pumping out marines, and yes, I said there goes Clyde's fast expansion, and there goes Jinro's fast expansion, and also Clide is grabbing his refinery, his first refinery. Meanwhile, what is Jinro doing? He's flying back with his barracks and is starting a reactor, so we're going to see I think we're going to see a pretty large number of marines, and so we can save up his gas, because you can see a factory is on the way, and also the second gas, so I think we can see a starport coming up here from Jinro right as this factory finishes, and the tech lab going up there as well. And are we seeing a Destiny Cloudfish build? And to you who don't know, a Destiny Cloudfish build was that name was made up by the almighty Husky, and that is when you get a barracks and then a factory and then a starport. And Clyde scanning in Jinro's base, so he knows exactly what's going on. No factory for Clyde yet, but 3 barracks, and he's producing Marine, Marauder, and nothing researching from the tech lab yet. And just got his base up and running, and his SCV's transferred, and so has Jinro. And Clide hasn't even got his second gas yet, but Terran can run off 1 gas for a pretty long time. As soon as they But as soon as they get a factory, they should really get their second refinery, and that is exactly what Clyde's doing. And a second tech lab going up, and you can see more marines and marauders are being produced here. Meanwhile, Jinro is actually going the Destiny Cloudfish build, so wow. I haven't seen this game before, but I had a feeling he was going for the starport immediately. So siege tank with siege mode is already up, and he's got so far only marines and siege tanks. If we take a look at the units tab, Clyde has a lead in the SCV count, but I'd say Jinro has a fairly more scary army than Clide has. So he's loading up all these marines in this medevac, and he's getting a tech lab for the starport. So maybe we're going to see some Banshee or Raven play. We'll find out. More tank spawning, and yes, so the Banshee cloak is on the way, and I think we'll see a Banshee soon. I don't know why he isn't producing them. Meanwhile, Clide is getting out his stim pack and his combat shields for the marines. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the concussion shells being researched as well for the marauder slow on the units. And yeah, so he's lifting up his factory and going for a reactor starport so he can produce as many medevacs as possible. And a drop going on over here. If you take a look at the units lost tab, we can see that that drop didn't do very much. He killed, what's that, 3 SCVs, and he lost some marines, so they were just like switching resources there. And now the Banshee cloak is almost finished, and yeah, and the Banshee is on the way as well. It's already got a Banshee here, so maybe he's going to use them for harass, but a scan going down, so Clide knows exactly what's going on. He can see something is coming out of the starport, and that the tech lab... No, you can see that the tech lab is researching, so... But I think he will expect that anyway. You can see a turret down here, and no more turrets going up, but yeah. Wow. 5 barracks with 2 reactors and 2 tech labs. I don't know why he's haven't got an add-on on this yet, but yeah, and he's supply blocked at the moment. Wow, so he's building 2 supply depots at the same time. Meanwhile, we're going to have a 2 front push here. There he revealed his Banshee cloaks, and he's pushing out here, but Clide is dropping at the back door, and he's going to pick off that medevac. Oh, very careless, and he's going 1, 2, 3. This at stim, he's picking up 4 SCVs, 5 SCVs, 6 SCVs I think, and now Jinro has come to push these units away, and he's flying away with his medevacs. Very smart. And he's putting up a marine missile turret and a sensor tower, so he can actually see when the drop is going on. Maybe you can see when it's coming around here or something. Yeah, so Jinro is sending his Banshee back here to snipe some SCVs, I think, and wow, he really has to get in before this SCV finished that missile turret. And he realizes that, and he's going to pick up this SCV and then the turret. And how is Clide reacting? He's actually going for a drop in Jinro's natural, so wow. Very good harassment play from Clide there, going to pick off many marines and even a missile turret and a sensor tower, and these are just 2 idle SCVs standing here. That's not good. But Jinro is looking to secure this 3rd in this middle area, which is very hard to secure